Hey guys, it's Miss Cranford here. We are going to be working on our first project, which is making a paper burger collage. So it's one of the favorites that I think third grade likes. So I'm going to go ahead and turn our camera so that we can see our paper. Okay, so for the first thing that you're going to do is you are actually going to make a tablecloth that's going to end up looking like this. The way we're going to do that is we are going to take a piece of red paper like so. This is just like we did with our sweaters last year. So you're going to fold this the long way. Remember, this is where your crease is. This is where the opening is. Okay, you're going to fold this like so, and that's going to be your stop line. So you're going to go through and cut your lines. Remember, you have to stop there at the stop line. You don't want to keep going, but you don't want to stop too short either. Okay, you're going to open this up, and then you are going to use your paper strips to weave. And so we're going to start, remember, weaving is just over, under, so we're going to start over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and then we're going to slide it up. Okay, and so since we started this one over first, we're going to start this one under, and then you're going to go all the way across, and you are going to do this until you run out of room and you can't fit any more strips on here. And so I would say this could take at least 3. Okay, so I'm going to slide it up. After I get those done, I'm going to trim them off on the sides, and then I'm going to glue it onto my piece of paper. Now I'm using a glue bottle just so that because I have already put my glue jars away. So you're going to glue this on here. I'll put a little bit in the middle there. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our paper plate. Now I went ahead and made our plate. You're just going to trace around it, cut it out. When we position it though, we do want it to be halfway on the cloth, halfway on the black. Okay, we don't want it here in the middle. We don't want it sitting on top like that. We really want it to overlap, and so that's going to be just like so. Okay, and then in the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our bun. Okay, this is honestly one of the trickier parts of this project, just because we want to get the sizing right. And so your bun is going to be about the size of your hand, and so you're going to draw a line straight across. I'm going to zoom this in some so that you can see. Okay, and then you're going to draw a jump from one side to the other, and then a line through the middle. That's going to be your top bun, bottom bun. You can go ahead and take your white oil pastel or chalk and do little sesame seeds on the top part of your bun, because think about it. Does the bottom part have sesame seeds? No, it doesn't. Okay, and then you're going to cut this out. So I do want to cut the whole thing out, and then cut across like so. So I've separated my bun. Okay, and then I'm going to glue the bottom bun onto my plate. I do want them to overlap just a little bit, and then the top bun is going to go all the way up here at the top. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. The next thing I'm going to do is make a burger patty. You have a stencil to do this. I'm just going to trace this with my hand really quickly. So I have my burger patty. I'm going to cut it out, and then in just a moment what I'm going to do is I am going to add some grill marks to my burger so it looks like it was on the grill. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to do diagonal lines one way, and then I'm going to do diagonal lines the other way. Voila, I have my burger. And depending on what school you're at, you may have more or less of these. I'm not going to say the number of meat patties or the number of pieces of cheese. That is going to be something your teacher will tell you. Okay, you're going to put glue on your cheese. And one thing that's really fun about this project is that this is kind of a crazy burger, okay? And so if things are kind of leaning a little bit to the side, that's okay, okay? It kind of makes it look fun. We also want to overlap some things a little bit. Overlap and covering are different. So we want a little bit of overlapping, but not completely covering on top, okay? The next thing you are going to do is you are going to add your mustard ketchup, or no, your mustard ketchup and mayonnaise. And so the way you're going to add any of your yarn is that even though I have a bottle of glue, the same principles still apply. I'm not going to put glue on the yarn with the bottle or the brush. I am going to just put a little bit on my paper, and then I am going to do it just like so to kind of let it hang off, okay? And then the next thing I'm going to do is add my lettuce, okay? And so our lettuce is going to be our tissue paper. You're going to crumple it up just a little bit. You don't want to make it like in a teeny tiny ball as small as you can, but crumple it just a little bit. And then you're going to tuck your lettuce into some places that are missing. Now at this point you're going to have more cheese, you're going to have more meat, you're going to have more things, but I'm just showing you an example of each one of these so that you'll have an idea of what each one is going to look like. Okay, so I might want to tuck some down here like so, and then the next thing that you're going to do after that is you're going to make your tomatoes. And so the way we're going to do that is you're going to take your red square and you are going to draw a circle just like so. And then you're going to take your oil pastel or your chalk, either one's fine. You're going to come in a little bit and draw another circle. And then to make your little seeds in the middle, you're just going to do some little lines like that. So you start in the middle and kind of go out, and then you come back to the middle, and then you go out a different direction like that. You're going to cut those out. Okay, so here is a tomato I have. I'm going to put glue on it, stick it maybe up there. And then one of the last things that I'm going to do is my bacon. This is a student favorite. And so I'm going to take my piece of paper, I'm going to tear the short ends off. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to draw some lines. I can kind of squish my marker and make it skinny, okay, to make it look a little bit more like bacon. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add some little white lines here. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do for my bacon is I'm going to almost make it like an accordion, like so, but I'm not going to press it down so that it has creases. So I'm going to let it undo, so doesn't that look like nice crinkly bacon? I'm going to put some glue where it's touching the paper. I don't need to put glue over this whole thing because it's not going to be touching the paper right here. It's only going to be touching the paper on these places. And then I'm going to add it just like so. Some of these things too, when you glue them down, you might have to hold them for a minute or maybe 30 seconds so that it has time to glue down. So I hope you enjoy this project. It is a student favorite.